Watching news at Prime, we start with this. One of the 14 South African soldiers killed in the DRC, Derrick Maluleke, has been laid to rest in Limpopo. Relatives and friends say the void he left will be hard to fill. Lumka Bekindawo reports.
Fire!
Rifleman Derrick Maluleke, who died in combat with M23 rebels in Goma, has been laid to rest in his home village. Maluleke is survived by his wife and 3 children, who are all struggling to come to terms with their loss. In a tribute read on her behalf, the fallen soldier's wife said, although she had last seen him almost a year ago, his absence was never felt, as he always stayed in touch with his family.
When we first received the news that you were gone, I refused to believe. I kept telling myself that you were still out there, that you would come back, that somehow this was all a mistake. I held on to the hope because I couldn't imagine a world where you're no longer in it. But on Thursday, when I saw your remains, reality hit me so hard like a storm I could not escape.
His nephew, Maluleke, described him as someone who always chose peace over conflict.
Papa Ntsongo was a glue that kept the family together in times of peril. Whenever there was civil war or a squabble between family members, we knew his was neutral ground. He was Switzerland. Papa Ntsongo was loved and respected by many. He was known by many, especially here in the village.
Meanwhile, SANDF Chief Ruzani Mupwanya says Maluleke's footprint will remain vivid for years to come.
What a humble giant we had in Rifleman Maluleke, a vivid testimony of unusual rare mixture of courage, persistence, tolerance and selflessness. His honesty was a hallmark of the respect he commanded to his peers. His trustworthiness earned him the highest respect by his superiors. His bravery was an epitome of his willingness to carry out daring and dangerous operations and paid an ultimate supreme sacrifice with his life.
The death of the troops have led to mounting calls for the withdrawal of the SANDF troops from the DRC. Maluleke's friend, Hudivi Valoi, however, says South African soldiers must continue to fight in honor of their colleagues whose lives were cut short.
Unlike those who are calling that maybe the soldiers will withdraw from DRC, I said we can't do that, not now. It is not something that maybe we can withdraw now. We need to do this in honor of our fallen heroes.
Maluleke's comrades in arms will also be laid to rest next week. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I am Lumka Bekindawo in Limpopo.